After Villareal this week in the Champions League, we go and now we face Everton. Another 12:30 kickoff, and after the highs of that game, sure, the lows of how United played overall, I've spoken about that in depth now, but I want to focus on this game against Everton. I want to focus on both my predicted starting 11 that I think Solskjaer will start, and also my preferred 11, the 11 that I would like to see start. I'm going to give that towards the end of the video. So if you like this video, make sure you drop a like on it, subscribe to United People's TV if you're new. But let me run through my predicted 11 that I think Solskjaer will start against Everton, and the 11 that I would like to see start. And we're going to run through the 11 I think Ole will start first. Obviously in goal, De Gea. I kind of feel sorry for Dean Henderson a little bit. You know, after the excitement of him bursting into the scene last year, signing that contract, he thought, this is my season. Dave said no. Dave came back and it's like 2016 Dave. He's playing incredible right now. Probably the best in the world. On form right now. That's how good he is. Villareal, West Ham, Wolves, Newcastle, just all these games where he's making game-changing saves, match-saving saves. United need to be better in defence. Stop conceding these clear-cut chances. But with Dave in goal, you've always got a chance, right? On this form, hell yeah, you do. Now, my back four, I'm going for Shaw, I'm going for Lindelof, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka. Shaw obviously missed the game against Villareal. We didn't know whether it was an injury or whether it was an illness. Gareth Southgate, because Shaw's been left, and no, Shaw is in the England squad, I think, actually, said it's apparently an illness. And I think Shaw will be fit. Do you think Telles deserves to start? I thought Telles played okay against Villareal. Obviously, his goal was out of this world, but as a defender, he played okay. Dalot was the defender who really didn't come out of that game with any sort of credit whatsoever. So Wan-Bissaka's straight back in, and Wan-Bissaka will be in. I don't want to hear any Wan-Bissaka slander at all. Sure, he still needs to work on his game going forward. Absolutely he does. But I'd rather my right back, can defend first and foremost. Dalot's got a lot to work on. It's not just about exciting bombing runs forward. You need to be solid defensively. He got caught out so many times against Villareal. Now, centre-back partnership, I'm sticking with Varane and Lindelof. Maguire's going to be out for a few weeks, and I've always said that Lindelof is a decent defender as a backup to Maguire, not really as a partner to Maguire. I think we've seen that, we're seeing that, and I just get the feeling that Lindelof and Varane, the more they play together, maybe the better they'll get. United against Villareal were like an absolute abomination in defence. No shape, no discipline, no organisation. Even Varane had a stinker, really. They've got to buck up their ideas, actually play properly together. Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, changing our fullbacks really stretched our shape and our positional sense really massively. So we need Shaw and Wan-Bissaka back in this team. But that's my back five. De Gea with Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, Varane and Lindelof. And before I move on to the all-important midfield, I want to thank OneFootball, the guys at OneFootball, for sponsoring this video, as they are throughout September and October, helping United People's TV by sponsoring a few of our videos. Please, can you help United People's TV as well? There's a link in the description. Click that, download the OneFootball app. As you can see here, all the stats, all the information from the Villareal game, all the stats and info before and after the game from every match, including the Everton game coming up this weekend. So make sure you download the OneFootball app. It's also got all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news when that comes up in January. There's loads on there. So it really is a one-stop shop. Make sure you follow the link in the description. Download it. It's free if you haven't already got it. And genuinely, it's a really good app. They're helping United People's TV, so help them out. It's all a big family, right? But let's head to the midfield and take a look who I think Solskjaer is going to start there. Midfield is clearly where the constant questions keep happening about Manchester United. Who should play there? Who shouldn't play there? Solskjaer switched it up hard against Villareal, and it backfired miserably. We played with a 4-3-3. I was like, but McTominay didn't do it. Didn't do it in that role. Didn't really know where to be. Didn't really know what to do. McTominay, lo and behold, he's not a holding midfielder. Who could have possibly guessed that? He's a box-to-box midfielder. I think in this game, I'm going for Fred and I'm going for Pogba. Now, Fred coming in, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trust McFred. He said it in his pre-match press conference ahead of Villareal just before he decided not to play McFred, which I found hilarious. It's amazing that managers lie in press conferences. Who knew? I didn't know that. But I'm bringing Fred back in here. I think defensively, out of Fred and McTominay, he's the one who's definitely going to offer that. And we've got to be playing Pogba here, because when Rashford comes back into this team, Rashford's playing on that left wing, man. 100%. So Pogba's got to get used to playing in a more central role. There's no excuses anymore. No excuses for anybody. No excuses for Solskjaer, for anybody in the team. And no excuses for Paul Pogba playing in a central midfield role. With Fred, it should allow Pogba to have the ability to go forward, a bit like Scott McTominay had away at West Ham, if you can remember that correctly. I want to see Paul Pogba play central because I want to see Rashford playing out on the left when he's fit and available. And therefore, playing here against Everton, yes please. And I think that midfield too, Fred and Pogba. Now, Matic is somebody you could really argue to get in there. And spoiler alert, he's in my preferred 11. Saw how much of an impact he made from the bench against Villareal, just holding the ball up, holding the game up. Matic knows the shape and style of football. He knows how to make things speed up and make things slow down. He's got more of a control in midfield than most of, if not all of our midfielders. That's why I'd be in my preferred 11, but I think Solskjaer is going to stick with Fred and Pogba. Maybe not stick with Fred and Pogba. It's not really a partnership that's played together much. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going for Fred and Pogba. You can let me know who you think in the comments below. Now up front, there are changes you can be made here too. Cavani, incredible impact from the bench against Villareal. Lingard, incredible impact from the bench against Villareal. But I'm going for Sancho, Bruno, Greenwood and Ronaldo. I don't think he's going to be changing it. Ronaldo, you could argue for like 70% of the game against Villareal was quite non-existent, quite static. He has been quite static. He was static against Villa as well. It's almost like he's 36 and he can't be running around the entire game. So there's plenty that could be said here for putting Cavani up front and leaving Ronaldo on the bench and bringing Ronaldo on after like 45. But it's not going to happen. Ronaldo's starting all the games unless he asks not to be, really. Now, that you could make differences and changes in putting Lingard in there. Now, Lingard, on paper, absolutely deserves to start. But because he's having such a good impact from the bench, why would you change that, in a sense? You want to have somebody like that from the bench who can come in and change it and change United's fortunes in this game against Everton if we need him to. So that's why I think that Solskjaer will stick with Sancho, stick with Bruno, Greenwood, and keep Cavani and Lingard on the bench. Now, Sancho, I actually thought I saw some bits against Villareal. I was like, there he is. I want to see Sancho running at defenders, dribbling past defenders. It's what he can do that basically no one else can. Greenwood always cuts inside. Didn't always cut inside because that cross he did to Cavani. How did Cavani miss that against Villareal? What a pass that is with his right foot from Greenwood. Greenwood's been just as in form over the course of the season as Ronaldo has been. Greenwood's been great. He will keep that position. Bruno will keep that too. Needs to link up Fred and Pogba with the attack. Needs to drop a little bit deeper when necessary and lead by example. He wore the armband against Villareal. I think he'll wear it again here. Is he vice captain when Maguire's not here? But that's my predicted 11. I think Solskjaer will stick with De Gea. Of course he will. A back five of Shaw coming back in. Varane, Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka. A midfield two of Fred and Pogba. Front three of Sancho, Bruno and Greenwood behind Ronaldo. That's who I think will start. But in my preferred 11, there is one change I would make, and I may have already spoiled it. I want to see Matic come into midfield against Everton. I think the command he had of that role there against Villareal. Look, if Matic was 5 years younger, he would be starting for United every single week. The only reason Matic isn't starting every single week is because he hasn't got the legs for it anymore. He's got the mind for it. He's smarter than anybody else in that role. He knows what to do. He knows how to control the football game. And I think Matic and Pogba is a partnership that can work. And if you can remember, going back to it actually, the 6-1 against Spurs, it was Matic and Pogba that started that game. So maybe we won't see that much from Solskjaer. Maybe it's something that's still going to scar him. And I think that game definitely still scarred him. I wouldn't put Cavani or Lingard straight in from the starting 11 either. There really is a shout for Cavani. But unless you switch to two up front, you can't get Cavani and Ronaldo in the same team. And he won't take Ronaldo out for Cavani. Therefore, Cavani staying on the bench. And I want Sancho and Greenwood. I want the width that they offer against Everton. It's going to be an interesting game. As I said before the Villareal, I expect United to have a response in these two games and beat Villareal and Everton. United have delivered against Villareal, even if we played shit for 90% of that game. Let's see what happens here against Everton. That's my preferred 11 and my predicted 11 that I think Solskjaer will start. You let me know who you would start against Everton in the comments below. Is it Matic coming into midfield? Is it Lingard up front for someone? Is it Cavani up front for someone? You let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to United People's TV. And as I said before, please, if you would, there's a link in the description. Download the OneFootball app. As I said, it helps United People's TV. And we all want that to happen, don't we? But let me know your 11 in the comments below.